Greetings nerdy list aficionados, you're loving the couples, you can't get enough. Now, I'm not out of superhero matchups by any means, but we've been sleeping on one of the great combinations, the most fun. And that's superheroes and supervillains, hookups. The Batmans and the Catwomans of the world, only more obscure, everyone knows that one. I'm gonna try and throw some curveballs at you. I'm Sasha and these are the top 10 superhero supervillain hookups you won't believe exist, and by that I mean couples. Superhero supervillain couples. Let's get started. Number 10. Sue Storm and Dr. Doom. We're gonna start off with one you may be more familiar with, and that's Doom using his God Emperor powers to create a patchwork world of the colliding multiverse. This world was called Battle World, and in this world he met a version of Sue who fell in love with him and started a family with him. They had 2 children who they named Franklin and Valeria. So basically he was like, F you Reed, I've got your life. How's it feel? And Reed was like, feels bad man, I'm gonna grow a beard. Now this hasn't been the only time Doom and Sue have been together. On Earth 99315, these two were married and Doom was a hero, and Sue was Baroness Von Doom. Though some fans speculate this Doom was actually Reed. There was an upswing in people considering these two after Doom was able to be the method by which Sue Storm's miscarriage was retconned into the birth of a healthy little girl, who Doom then named. That's why their daughter is named Valeria and Doom is her godfather. Fun fact. She even left them to live with him for a while. Number 9. She-Hulk and Juggernaut. This happened during Chuck Austin's run on the Uncanny X-Men, a run that is disliked by many fans, and in it we had one of those reformed Juggernaut sightings. So Jen becomes attracted to him and the two hooked up, and destroyed a hotel room because they're both big and muscular and it's funny. This also happened when she was his defense lawyer. Ethics, what are those? Other writers would not be down for this and relegate it to an alternate universe Jen, because main verse Jen would never. I don't know if we can say that. I mean, Star Fox? Is Star Fox worse or better than Juggernaut? I don't know. What's the metric? Dan Slott would be the one to be like, it's okay guys, false alarm, nothing to see here. But there would still be a gross line of Wolverine telling Jen after she hit on him that he doesn't want Juggernaut's sloppy seconds. Ew. Also, but you'll take Sabretooth's? Where's the line, Logan? I mean, James. Number 8. Nightwing and Mirage. Nightwing over time has developed a reputation for being a hunk in the DC universe. All the people adore him. Him, Dick, not Rick. So during the New Teen Titans run from the 80s, the villain Mirage took a liking to him, but knew she didn't have a shot. Not only does Dick not have a savior complex villain fetish like Batman, but he was dating, nay going to marry Starfire at the time. So what did she do? She tricked him into being with her by turning into Starfire. He had no idea, and then when he found out that he'd been assaulted, the rest of the team called him a slut. Teen Titans go. Mirage was there at first to kill Donna Troy, to stop her son in the future. She was supposed to seduce Dick as part of the mission, but she really enjoyed it. She gave him a mullet and that Deathwing costume. Oh, Deathwing, what a time. Number 7. Iron Man and Madame Mask. Now comics love to give heroes a villain to tempt them if they can, to increase the drama. In Tony Stark's case for a while that was Madame Mask. It wasn't uncommon in early Iron Man for the ladies Tony loved to either be secret or blatant villains. So Madame Mask, Whitney Frost, yes she has another name but I don't feel like butchering it. These two would come to know both of each other's identities and start a romantic relationship. Madame Mask was moved by the concern Tony showed over her face. She's down for people who don't care about her scars. It is sweet, but this would all break down when she had to choose between him and her father. And she found that she just couldn't. She and Tony still have a complex relationship, but it's not as romantic of one. Number 6. Jason Todd and Talia al Ghul. Let's squick you out. Now at the time this happened, Jason was not a superhero, but he would be if you count Red Hood like that. And he was Robin before, so haha, take that, it counts. So initially, after Jason was resurrected officially after the fake out Hush resurrection that would then turn out to be real, complicated yes, Jason would have a backstory of being taken from the streets by Raish, who was training him to use against Batman, but he was a bit more of a brain-dead husk than who he used to be. Then Talia took pity on him and put him in the Lazarus Pit. She was treating him as a mother figure would. She took him under her wing and trained him, but she would then tell him about Tim Drake, the third Robin, to get him all riled up, and also tell him how Batman had at that time taken out her father, and that she needed him to punish him for her. Then she had sex with him. Yeah, that's pretty squicky. You're like a son to me. Punish your father for me. Nope. I'm out. Number 5. Nightwing and SHAWN. So after Rebirth, Nightwing was relaunched, and there were some attempts to give him a new love interest, not Starfire, not Babs, who were doing different things at the time. Someone new. Enter SHAWN, who was a real minor villain. The comic even at times calls her an activist. So she would graffiti things, and she was called the Defacer. Is it the Silver Age? Because they want their character names back. In Rebirth, he was supposed to have met her while he was still working with Batman, but despite being essentially a tag artist, she was a match for Dick in every way because of her father. Her big plot with Dick was that she was maybe pregnant. Pregnancy scare. Dun dun dun. This relationship did not end up lasting. Number 4. Scarlet Witch and Dr. Doom. This comes to us from Avengers: The Children's Crusade, a miniseries where we see the young Avengers seeking out Wanda because Wiccan, her son, through complicated retcon, has begun to experience his own reality-altering powers. So he wanted to make sure he didn't, unmake the universe. So when he finds out she's at Doom's castle, he goes to rescue her, only to find her in Doom's colors, which in comics is an instant romance cue. You change your color scheme, you might as well go buy a house together. In fact, when Wiccan asks if she's okay, she says, yup, she's marrying Doom tomorrow. So she's great. Baroness Von Doom, here we come. But it turns out that this wasn't a genuine courtship, which is a shame since the two do have a lot in common. Instead, it was Doom who was manipulating her to be with him in a bid to keep her sane, and keep her away from the memories of her past self, the whole no more mutants thing, also House of M. This was to make sure she wouldn't wipe out a whole species again or almost wipe them out. But Wanda remembers, and actually after a bit of finagling goes back to Doom, but not romantically, but for help, because he's such a master sorcerer and all, but there seem to be some lingering feelings there. But the ritual they have to do turns Doom back into Hot Doom, which we can never have. That's not the status quo anymore. So he poofs out, so broken up, I guess? I would have been down for more of this though. Number 3. Supergirl and Lex Luthor. Now Supergirl has had some intriguing romances, with Brainiac 5, with her horse, Comet. That was when he was posing as a man. But the Lex plot was a bit disturbing. At first it appeared she was with his son, Alexander Luthor Jr., which would have been okay. But then it turned out that Lex was inside his son's body posing as his own son. But this Supergirl was slightly different, she was known as Matrix, there was other Earth stuff involved, it was pretty convoluted. However, Luthor wasn't even with her because he wanted to be with her, it's because he wanted to develop clones of her, which is pretty standard Lex fare, just look at Connor. Clones everywhere. But that's a relationship ender, so she dumped him back in 1994. Number 2. Wolverine and Mystique. So remember when Wolverine was all no sloppy seconds? Well, he doesn't mean it, because he ended up hooking up with Mystique, even though I guess technically he was the first. It doesn't matter, it's still a gross line. The two actually met back in 1921, and she used him in a bank robbery, but these two would always drift together because of, their connection and the fact that they've both been around for longer than other people, and will be around for longer than other people after too. They have also moved in the same circles, kind of on opposite sides. They just kind of fall into each other, sometimes, but it rarely lasts. Too much bad blood and history between them. Mystique has her beliefs, and Logan has his angst and his pain, and the twain very rarely meet. But this is one that some fans would like to see more of. Would you? Let me know down below. And number 1. Batman and Nocturna. Let's be real, I have a hard time seeing Batman turn down many of his rogues if they propositioned him. If you wrote it right, you could probably get away with it. He really wants to see them get better, to see the light. So at one point in his history, he had a relationship with Nocturna. This is pre-Crisis Nocturna. This plot, oh man. So Nocturna became one of those people who was entangled with both Bruce Wayne and Batman, but she also got into a custody battle with him for Jason. She was a surrogate mother to him and even adopted him. And you know what she didn't do? Sleep with him. Looking at you, Talia. But she didn't want to take Jason away from Bruce, so she proposed the next best solution in her eyes, an actual proposal. The two would get married and be Jason's parents together. Poor Jason, just being used as a pawn. She was actually in love with Bruce, and they did get married. Obviously, it did not last. So those were 10 superhero supervillain hookups. I mean, couples you didn't know existed. What's the most bizarre one you've heard of? Please share below, I love hearing all about them. I'm Sasha, and thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more nerdy lists, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.